Did you know that sugar can be more addictive than many drugs? Studies show that excessive sugar consumption is directly linked to the rise of serious diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and even heart disease. But what if you could take one simple yet powerful step to transform your health, boost your energy, and even help you lose weight? What if I told you that cutting sugar for just 14 days can bring real changes to your body? If you're ready to discover what happens when you stop consuming sugar for 14 days, stay with me until the end of this video. We'll explore how this simple change can improve your mood, your skin, your overall health, and even strengthen your immune system. And don't worry, I'll give you practical tips to make this process easier. So, before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Let's embark on this journey toward a healthier life together. When you decide to stop consuming sugar, your body starts reacting almost immediately. In the first few days, the change can be surprisingly noticeable. Let's take a look at what really happens in the first 24 hours after cutting sugar. At first, your body may go through some adverse effects. This happens because sugar, especially refined sugar, is a quick source of energy for the body, and its absence can cause mild fatigue or even irritability. This phenomenon is known as sugar withdrawal. It occurs because sugar releases dopamine, the pleasure hormone, which creates an addictive effect. When you cut off this supply, the body feels the loss of this quick reward, which may lead to temporary changes in your mood. Additionally, insulin production starts to normalize. Insulin is a hormone that regulates blood glucose levels and helps store energy. When sugar is removed from the diet, the pancreas no longer needs to produce large amounts of this hormone, which helps reduce insulin resistance and contributes to preventing diseases like type 2 diabetes. But it's important to remember that these initial effects are temporary. Your body is simply adjusting to this new reality, and soon you'll start noticing the benefits of this change. Sugar has a profound impact on our mood and energy levels, and its absence can bring about significant transformations. To understand this, it's essential to know how sugar influences our body. When we consume sugar, it causes a rapid spike in blood glucose levels. This leads to an instant boost of energy. However, this energy doesn't last long. What happens next is a sharp drop in glucose levels, which can lead to feelings of tiredness, irritability, and even difficulty concentrating. Something many people call the sugar crash. This cycle of highs and lows is one of the main reasons we feel so fatigued and emotionally unstable throughout the day. Now, imagine what happens when you stop consuming sugar. In the first few days, it might be tough for your body to adjust. You may experience a temporary drop in energy levels and even a bit more irritability. However, as the days go by, your body starts to regulate itself. Without glucose spikes, energy levels tend to stabilize, which means you feel more balanced throughout the day. Additionally, many people experience an overall sense of well-being and calmness, as the absence of sugar reduces excessive release of adrenaline and cortisol, hormones related to stress. Another important point is that by cutting sugar, you'll start to notice an improvement in your focus and the quality of your sleep, both of which are essential for mental and emotional well-being. This change in mood can be one of the most exciting parts of cutting sugar, as it results not only in more consistent energy but also in improvements in your emotional state and even in your behavior. Reducing sugar intake is not just a habit change, but a real biological transformation in your body. To understand this, we need to talk about the impact of sugar on your metabolism and how cutting this ingredient can improve your health in surprising ways. When we consume sugar, especially refined sugar, it is quickly converted into glucose in the blood, which triggers an increase in insulin levels. Insulin is essential for regulating blood sugar and storing energy. However, when you consume large amounts of sugar frequently, your body starts becoming less sensitive to insulin. This is called insulin resistance. Over time, insulin resistance can lead to the development of type 2 diabetes, and it also contributes to the buildup of visceral fat surrounding organs, which is directly linked to heart disease and metabolic disorders. By cutting sugar from your diet, your body starts returning to a healthier state. Without the constant overload of glucose and insulin, your metabolism improves. You start seeing a reduction in abdominal fat and an improvement in the body's ability to burn fat for fuel. Moreover, when you reduce sugar, the body begins to use fat reserves for energy, which accelerates the fat-burning process, one of the main factors for healthy weight loss. Hormonal balance is also affected. Less sugar means fewer insulin spikes and more stability in blood glucose levels. This helps prevent the infamous hunger spikes and cravings for more sugary foods, which often lead to overeating and weight gain. So, by cutting sugar, you're not just avoiding the risk of chronic diseases. You're giving your metabolism a chance to function more efficiently and healthily. Many people don't know this, but excessive sugar consumption can directly impact the health of your skin. While the link between sugar and acne is widely discussed, the effects of sugar go much further than that. The inflammation caused by sugar in the body can affect your skin's appearance in several ways. When you consume sugar, it can trigger insulin spikes, which leads to a series of reactions in your body, including the overproduction of sebum oil by the sebaceous glands in your skin. This sebum can clog pores, and when combined with the bacteria present on the skin, it can cause acne. But that's not all. Sugar also contributes to the production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which are harmful molecules formed when sugar binds to body proteins. These AGEs can damage collagen and elastin in the skin, proteins essential for keeping skin firm and elastic. Over time, the presence of AGEs can accelerate skin aging, leading to wrinkles, sagging, and a more tired-looking appearance. Now, imagine the effects of cutting sugar for 14 days. Without the constant intake of sugary foods, your body starts reducing insulin levels, which decreases overall inflammation. This results in more balanced skin, less acne, and a younger, more vibrant appearance. Many people notice their skin begins to brighten, spots diminish, and skin texture improves significantly. It's important to understand that while results vary from person to person, skin improvements begin to become visible soon after cutting sugar, showing how diet is directly connected to skin health. One of the main reasons people decide to cut sugar from their diet is weight loss. And do you know why this happens? Sugar is directly related to the accumulation of body fat, especially abdominal fat, which is considered one of the most harmful to health. When you consume sugar, it is quickly converted into glucose in the blood, raising insulin levels. This insulin spike has a side effect. It signals the body to store fat. Additionally, when the body has excess glucose circulating in the bloodstream, it stores this excess as fat, mainly in the abdominal area. This process is known as lipogenesis. But the problem doesn't stop there. Sugar also interferes with leptin, the hormone responsible for controlling appetite and signaling when we're full. With constant sugar consumption, the body can become resistant to leptin, meaning you can continue eating without realizing you're already full, leading to overeating. By cutting sugar, your body starts reducing insulin levels and burning stored fat for energy. This results in gradual but effective weight loss, as the body learns to use fat more efficiently. Moreover, the lack of sugar reduces cravings and urges for food, helping avoid overeating and making it easier to control weight. After 14 days without sugar, many people start to notice a visible reduction in abdominal fat, an area difficult to target through other forms of diet and exercise. This happens because by cutting sugar, the body begins to operate more healthily, burning fat instead of storing it. Nowadays, we all want to keep our immune system strong, especially considering the rise in diseases and infections. But did you know that sugar can weaken your natural defenses? The relationship between sugar and the immune system is closer than you think. When you consume sugar, it not only increases blood glucose levels but also reduces the effectiveness of the immune system. This happens because high glucose levels impair the ability of white blood cells, the cells responsible for defending the body, to fight infections. A study by Yale University demonstrated that sugar can interfere with the body's ability to fight bacteria and viruses efficiently. Additionally, excessive sugar consumption can lead to chronic inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation weakens the immune system and creates an environment conducive to the development of autoimmune diseases and other inflammatory conditions. Now, by cutting sugar for 14 days, you'll help reduce this inflammation in your body and restore your immune system's efficiency. Without the excess glucose and the inflammation caused by sugar, your body becomes better equipped to fight infections and protect itself from disease. Studies show that a low-sugar diet can improve immune function and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Therefore, by stopping sugar consumption, You're not only taking care of your weight and skin, but also strengthening your natural defenses, helping your body stay healthy and more resistant to illness. Now that we've explored the amazing benefits of cutting sugar for 14 days, it's important to remember that while the effects can be quick, the key to long-term success is consistency. The first few days may be challenging, but the results speak for themselves. More energy, healthier skin, weight control, and a strengthened immune system. Throughout this period, you can experiment with different ways to reduce sugar in your diet. Start by swapping sugary drinks for healthier options like water, unsweetened tea, or natural juices. Favor whole foods such as fruits, vegetables, and grains, which provide sustainable energy without the negative effects of refined sugar. Remember that cutting sugar doesn't mean eliminating all sweet foods at once. You can find healthier alternatives like using natural sweeteners, such as stevia or xylitol, in small amounts, or even allowing yourself small indulgences on special occasions. The important thing is to focus on the long-term benefits for your health. And before we finish, I'd love to know from you. What's the most noticeable change you've experienced when reducing sugar in your diet? Leave a comment below and share your experiences. And if you're ready to take this step toward a healthier life, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Let's keep going together on this health journey.